Hey guys, so this is a scrapbook process for I just called it Ivy because I did this, I think. Dodger, get off. Sorry about that. A, Either a day or a couple of days after I lost my guinea pig Ivy. So here I'm just trimming down the photo, which I printed off in black and white because I don't know why, sort of like when I've lost an animal, I like to do the photos in black and white. It's just something I like to do. So yeah, just trimming it down. Here I'm just mounting it onto some black, I'm fairly sure it's card, just using glue dots. One in each corner. So this piece of black card I used for my last scrapbook video to mount the photos. That one was called For the Fallen, and here I sort of get black ink all over myself, and do not do this. It picked up loads of black ink and ruined the photo, and then I rubbed it, which ruined it even more. So I cut out a whole load there, but I spent, I think, about half an hour trying to print another photo, which I'm just trimming down now. And I may go back and put a different photo in, but I probably won't. I'll probably forget about it. I'm being very careful not to touch any of the just black bits. And then I have to trim the photo a bit more. On both sides. And then it ends up being a little bit too small. And I just stick it down with double-sided tape, which I'd previously put onto the original photo whilst I was trying to get that one to print. Then I just get my stash of washi and find a sort of lilac-y, a skinny lilac-y coloured one, to cover up the edge of the old photo, and also just to add a little bit of colour to tie in with what I do on the background, because I had already chosen my background at this point. So I just go all the way around with this washi. Sorry about my head being in the way. Making sure it doesn't cover any of the black mounting. And also making sure that it's pressed down properly as well, so it doesn't come up again. having a sip of my hot apple and blackcurrant. So this is the 12 by 12 I chose. This is one of the ones I've had from my stash, which was given to me years ago with a whole load of other art supplies from my granny when I was probably 7 or 8 at the time. I decided to go with the stars because it was kind of like, you know, she's up in heaven, that sort of thing. So I have no idea where I've gone. Getting 6x6 papers from my stash. So this is the first edition Wildflower one. So I pull out that one. They're not really floral printed, these, any of them particularly, but they are really nice papers. Some of them are floral printed. And then this one I got from the Works. And that page is cornflowers. And I just flick through this. I can't remember what it's called. But these are all florals. And then that is one from another pad, which is from my stash. But I don't think I take anything out of this. No, I don't. So I just start layering up, fold the cornflower one in half, and then I cut it in half, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, just folding it in half so that I get it straight, and cutting off the crease. And then doing the same, cutting that one into strips. With the touch of green. And then the same with the sort of pink and purple one. But this I cut into narrower strips. And then I cut that one in half. And cut that bit in half as well, roughly. Half by eye. Just so that it all ties in nicely together. And I took a photo so I could remember where all the pieces went. And then I used double-sided tape to stick all of these down. Just readjusting the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing properly. Just using a pair of tweezers to lift up the edges. I just find it easier most of the time, although that bit was being particularly difficult. Got a new roll of double-sided tape out. And just doing the same with all the other bits of paper. Using the photo which I'd taken to get them roughly in the same place. And rather than going round all of the sides on the smaller bits, I just used 2 bits of tape, just to save time, because it was taking ages. Again, having a bit of trouble with that one. Making sure it's rubbed down so it's easier to get the paper off the back. And then using glue dots on the back of the photo. And then sticking that down. Sort of in the middle. And got some sentiment stickers. Just use a thinking of you one. I think that's pink writing on a cream background. And then I get out my hearts, which I use quite a lot. I'm fairly sure I do end up putting some of those on. I don't put on any of the butterflies. I do think about it, but I don't. Just because they didn't really work, they didn't really tie in at all. And got some different alphas out, brought the hearts back. Had a little bit of a tidy up. And plugged my iPad into charge because I watch videos on my iPad whenever I'm scrapbooking. So this is an old revision card from when I was doing my either GCSEs or Common Entrance. 13 plus Common Entrance to put the journaling on. I've got like hundreds of these, so trying to use them up. And then I've got those other 2 strips. That was the dog, if you heard that. These other 2 strips of the wildflower paper, the sort of pinky one, and I put one of those at the bottom of the card, just again to help it tie in, rather than just having a sort of floating white card. And just use double-sided tape on the back of that and put it right in the corner. And then the thinking of you I had taken off and put at the top. Then I do my journaling. That's my tummy rumbling. So just, yeah, doing my little bit of journaling on the card, and I do put the date somewhere, not sure where. I think I put it at the bottom. So the journaling, you'll get a better look of it, but it's just saying that I lost Ivy, and after she'd been to the vets and all of that, but she didn't make it through the night. So then I'm just bringing in some of the hearts. These are pink ones to help bring out the pink on the pink and purple splodgy paper from the Wildflower collection, and I also use some of the greeny turquoise ones down by the journaling to bring out the greeny colour. And again, so it all ties in nicely together. And then I get out some of my trusty gems, just to embellish the stars a little, not the stars, to embellish the hearts a bit. And then what do I do after this? I think I'm thinking about what to call it here and what else to put in as well. So I make that heart cluster a bit bigger, just to balance out the one which is on the opposite corner. Now I took off a butterfly, but I decided not to use it because it would have been too much. So I do like to keep my layouts quite simple, mainly using stickers and papers. And I am on a scrapbook supply shopping ban until I have used at least half of what I've got. I have put myself on that ban, and my mum has totally agreed with me putting myself on the ban, because I have far too much stuff for the amount of storage space I have. So these alphas are just some Hobbycraft felt ones. I have some old ones which I won in a competition, I think it was an Instagram competition run by Chloe Murray a few years ago now, and I use the alphas which I can off of that sheet from the older ones. So just working out what to call it, and as I said, I just call it Ivy. Trying to get the alphas straight. I chose the pink ones again because they help to bring out the pink in the floral paper, wild floral paper. So the V is slightly larger than the I and the Y. It's slightly longer, but I didn't mind that too much. I quite like it actually. And I just made sure that all the top bits were lined up and that the fonts were all the same as well. That was the main thing. And I think that I leave it at that. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!